Welcome to SermonLink. I'm Pastor Larry Brown, and this is a ministry of Powell United Methodist Church, reaching out and connecting regarding our scripture that is our focus for this week, and glad that you are with us. Today we're going to be turning into the Gospel of Matthew, as you can see, and reading verses there that really are at the heart of Jesus's message to those who are following him. And it all centers around a question that comes to the very heart of the identity of who Jesus is. So let me come to the reading and we'll hear it together and then just reflect for a few moments. Now, when Jesus came to the district of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say John the Baptist, but others Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" And Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." And then he sternly ordered the disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. So as I say, this passage comes right to the very heart of what it means to follow Jesus. It's interesting here how Jesus asks, "Who do others say that I am?" And really that's his way to get into a deeper question, which is, "Who do you say that I am?" This is the question that he was really concerned with regarding the disciples. And I think it's the question that is at the heart of our own faith and our own discipleship, our own commitment to follow Jesus. Who is Jesus to us? What's, I think, particularly important to recognize here is that Jesus asks this question of the disciples within the context of a particular political, cultural, and economic reality. In other words, it's the real world. They're in Caesarea Philippi, the place that was built to honor Caesar, the emperor of Rome. And so the very city itself represents the power of the world. Added to that, this reference to the gates of Hades. Well, there was a huge cave right there at Caesarea Philippi that pagan religions for a long time have believed went to the very heart of the underground or underworld, I should say, and that this cave was the opening to all of the evil and powerful counter spirits that could attack and wreak havoc in earth. And so that's the place, you see, where Jesus says, "Who am I?" In the midst of the authorities of the world and in the midst of all of the threats, all of hell and otherwise, that can fall upon us. And Jesus says, "Who am I to you in the midst of this real world?" Friends, isn't that the question for us? Who is Jesus to us in the midst of our real world? We only have these few moments, but you'll be able to reflect with me for some time if we took the time on the things of this world that challenge us, the contexts of our life and world that wrap around us. And Jesus wants us to know that our life with him and our experience of being connected to him and understanding not only who he is, but who he calls us to be is absolutely what determines the nature of our faith. And so that's what I'm going to try to hold on to this week, and I'm inviting you to do the same. Be aware of your context. Think about your attitudes and responses to the world around you. And know that who Jesus is for you, and even more importantly, who Jesus is calling you to be for him, then shapes the nature of your faith in the midst of and in response to everything around us. In other words, let's live our faith. Let's understand the practicality of our faith and be guided and shaped by the power of Jesus, and of course of Jesus' love in all that we do and all that we are. Friends, thanks for checking in with us this week. We are here every week to connect and reflect and pray and live into our faith by way of SermonLink. So we're glad that you're with us. We'll see you again soon. And until then, take care.